Operation Reconciliation. I'm Avia.
I'm Jasmine.
And to you got me saying. Okay. Hi, welcome back to Hi, welcome back to Operation Reconciliation. I'm Avia.
I'm Jasmine.
And in this video, we're going to share with you our first trip to Zanzibar. And for this, even though my husband and I have been traveling to Africa since the early 2000s, this was our first time taking most of our kids. We have four. We took three of them. And also for two of them, it was actually their first time ever flying. So it was a total experience and a total new experience for many of us, many of them.
Well, it wasn't my first time flying, but
yes, the other two, it was their first time flying. And so let's just get into it. So this trip was taken in June 2021 during the time of COVID where masks were still required. And so, yeah, you'll see us, you may see us throughout with masks on from time to time. So,
that is crazy.
we took a flight out from Arusha in Tanzania. Well, we actually stayed in Tanzania for about a week, I think, or so. And then we flew out of Arusha to Zanzibar on Precision Air. It was about a 40-minute drive from the airport to our lodge. And the whole way our driver was giving us all these great historical facts and telling us all about his country that he was so proud of, and his beautiful country, should I say.
It is nice.
I like it.
Hey y'all, it's Jess here. So whenever we arrived to the lodge, they had greeters standing out waiting for us, and they greeted us. They took our luggage out of the car, and they brought us to the sitting area and the reception area where we were met with the receptionist, and she gave us nice little fruit drinks. And after that, she gave us the keys to our lodge, and we started our day. This is so cute.
We had two bungalows side by side. We shared the same porch. And at this particular lodge, you could request how you wanted the bungalow set up. So for the kids' room, we had three single beds set up. And for our room, we had one king bed set up.
Y'all, after we got settled in, we couldn't wait to get to the beach.
This place looked like a tropical paradise. It had this great infinity pool that looked right out onto the Indian Ocean. Just absolutely gorgeous. So the beachfront was there was the view of the Indian Ocean, but from the restaurant we also had a view of the lagoon. As the evening came, the tide went out, and being from around the water, I'm used to it, but many people are fascinated with this. When the tide pulls out, it pulled. I was kind of even shocked at how far it went out. And so it began to reveal a lot of what was underneath the water, and we were able to explore. Since I homeschool my son, this was a great opportunity to do some discovery. So yeah, we went out and tried to see whatever sea life we could find. This is one of the things that I enjoy about homeschooling is that we get to go and have these adventures and not just read about someone else's adventure. Look at those beauties. They were loving it. Day two, guys, and we are getting ready to take our tour. We were approached by these guys you see here the day before while we were sitting on the beach. And locally, they are called the Beach Boys. They go along the beach with their pamphlets selling tours. So, yeah, it was a great deal. So, we decided to take them up on it, and we are so glad that we did. Here we go. We have arrived at Prison Island, our first stop on our tour, and it took about an hour's boat ride to get here. When we arrived, two of the Beach Boys went along to take us on our tour, and two of them went back to prepare for our next stop.
Now, water is too fresh because when you come here, it's too waves, but right now it's too fresh.
Our intention was to stay as close to the locals and support the locals as much as possible. And so these guys here were very informative. They were very friendly, very patient, and just exceeded our expectations. I'm so glad that we chose them. I mean, we could have got these tours through, all of these other corporate, locations, but this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to support the locals directly. From my understanding, Prison Island was supposed to be used for holding slaves, but because of a yellow fever outbreak, it became a quarantine station. And so that is why we can still see the remnants of the fixtures on the floor for the slaves, the fixtures that were used to hold the slaves in shackles. There were also these beautiful peacocks and these huge tortoises. Now, there's a whole story behind that as well. I don't remember, so I'm not even going to try to go into it, but I'm sure you can look it up. This male peacock is showing out for her, but clearly she is unbothered and unimpressed. We also got to feed the tortoises, and those things are huge, and some of them are really, really old. There was also a pool of which we did not get in. It was just a little bit too chilly, but we did get to enjoy this beautiful view. So when the guys came back, they had a nice surprise for us, which they had gone and caught starfish. And so we were able to look at them, hold them, and when we were done, put them back. And as we were on our way to our next stop, which is Nakupenda Island, also known as the Sandbank.
We're on the Sandbank of Zanzibar. It's about a 45-minute boat ride. with our tour guides. They did an awesome job of getting us here. Look at the beautiful beach. They're just enjoying themselves.
The Indian Ocean.
Faith, take your jacket off.
Yeah.
Take your jacket off.
Don't put your jacket up there. So evidently we had arrived early, and so there were not many people there, which was wonderful. I love my peace. But these guys, they had brought everything. They put up our tent, as you can see. They started setting up for food, and all of this was included in our package. One of the first dishes they made was a soup from octopus, and we were told that it was for men. So this is what you see me drinking here. Even though it was for men, I had to taste it. This was our first course. All of this fresh fruit was amazing and right on time. We were also greeted with these fresh coconut water straight out of the coconut. And while we were taking in the scenery and enjoying our fresh fruit, our personal chef was preparing this beautiful platter. As you can see, more people started arriving, but honey, I was still in my zone. The beach is my place. This place was absolutely gorgeous and very romantic, should I say. That is 22 years of hard work. You hear me? And worth every minute. This is the Africa that we hardly ever get to see. This is what it's about, changing the narrative, changing the perception of ourselves from the stories that were told about us. Let's tell our own story.
I'm not going back to America.
Just more scenery from our boat ride back to the lodge. So not only were these guys great tour guides, they also became great company. So this is day 3, and we got up early to get breakfast so that we can begin to head back to the airport. Not without tears, of course. We really enjoyed ourselves, and this is a definite trip that we would like to return to, a place that we would like to return to. We really enjoyed ourselves.
This is the student.
Okay.
So as we were leaving, our driver took the extended route so that he could show us more of the area and show us some of the places, the more popular areas that we did not stay in. And like I said before, we wanted to stay with the locals and support the locals as much as possible. And so you'll see us driving through the village, but at the back of that village was this beautiful oasis, which is the lodge that we stayed in.
Yeah.
Hey, there is so much more that happened on this trip. We have connections and relationships that continue on today from this trip. So if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and stay tuned for our next video.